your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to Dothan High School.
Welcome to homecoming right at Redview Stadium tonight between the Dothan Wolves and the Smith Station Panthers.
Hello and welcome to Dothan High School, where the Dothan Wolves are taking on the Smith Station Panthers, and Mitt Kirkle along with Gavin Thomas. Gavin, it's good to be back in Redview Stadium.
Man, it's been good to be back. The wonderful renovations they've done here at Redview Stadium. There's a lot of great memories. We were talking a little bit about that earlier. A lot of great memories here. A lot of great football we've seen. Also seen some poor football also, and we're hoping to see some great football tonight.
And I've been really impressed with the Wolves this year. They have come out and been very impressive. The only loss came to Auburn in double overtime, so I'm looking for big things out of the Wolves this year.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mitt. It was a great game, that Auburn game. Dothan is about 2 minutes away from being undefeated in this game right now. And so Dothan has got a great team, great offense, great defense. Looking forward to seeing what they do tonight.
So Smith Station takes the kickoff, and they'll be starting at their own 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Smith Station. Dothan comes into this game 3-1.
Be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. The ball's on their own 20-yard line.
Handoff, and he's hit in the backfield, so no gain on the play. Matter of fact, he lost probably a couple yards. So it brings up a 2nd and 2. So about a yard or so on the play. So it brings up a 3rd and 9 for Smith Station. And a run and nothing there. Gavin, what are your thoughts so far?
So far, it looks like that this Dothan defense did not want to let Smith Station get out and run the ball and be able to pick up some yardage. They were able to get out a 3-and-out there and get the ball to the offense.
And that's exactly how you want to get started tonight. Dothan come out in a very good defensive stand for the Wolves. Dothan takes the ball at about the 42. And across the 50, boy, he could take this one to the house.
Oh, I think he may.
And he does. Touchdown, Dothan. What a return that time by Dothan for a touchdown.
Well, right before you called that touchdown there, you talked about how this is the way that Dothan wants to start it. I don't think you could have a better way to start a football game than to take a punt return back, but it looks like if you see here, there is laundry on the field. That yellow laundry means that this may be coming back, Ms. Mitt.
Well, whether it comes back or not, it was a beautiful play.
It was. It was a great punt return, and that's something that we probably will look at the end of the game and see exactly how that determines.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
we see that a lot where the punt return takes it back for a touchdown, and then just somebody wasn't able to get their hands off of the other defender, and so that is a holding penalty and marching back 10 yards.
So that was Jaden Barnes on the return. So Dothan will be starting at their own 32-yard line. So Dothan starting at their own 32. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Handoff, snap, and goes forward for 4 yards. And that was number 5, Tamarian Peterson. We remember him from last year, and he's been doing an outstanding job this year. So a gain of about 3, so it brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Wolves. And Dothan gets across the 35 to the 36, and that was A.J. Alexander carrying the ball, so it brings up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, man, I've seen this play a couple of times because when watching the Wolves this year, but I call that the Cinderella sweep. It's a little interesting how it's a sweep play, but the quarterback kind of spins around like a Cinderella and then sweeps to the left or to the right. It's very interesting.
So it brings up a 3rd and short. He keeps it and gets across the 40 and across midfield down to about the 45-yard line. That was number 10, Jaden Barnes.
Yeah, that was a great run by Jaden Barnes there, just following his blockers down the field.
And number 22, Alex Root.
So it's a 1st and 10 from the 45. This drive started on Dothan's own 32-yard line. 8:52 left in the opening period between the Dothan Wolves and the Panthers of Smith Station. This is homecoming. And that time, number 5, Peterson takes it. And it's close to a Dothan first. Well, it's a gain of about 6.
That's right, Mid's homecoming here at Dothan, and we got a large crowd in attendance here at Rip Hughes Stadium looking for a Dothan Wolf win.
So it brings up a 2nd and 5. The ball just shy of the 40-yard line. And a whistle, a flag. It's going to be offside call against Smith Station. So that should give Dothan a first down. It will give Dothan a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Sam Broadway is the quarterback for Dothan. He's done an outstanding job this season. Broadway drops back. He looks long, open, and a good defensive play that time. It looked like it was going to be a touchdown, but a good defensive play that time.
Yeah, he saved a touchdown, man. I think that would have been a 7 right there. Number 2 did a great job, great route on the play, and Broadway put it right in the basket, but great defensive play by Smith Station there.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Wolves. One thing they are able to do this year that they couldn't do last is stretch the field out. And they hand it off to number 1, that's Alexander, and he picks up a couple of yards.
Yeah, like you were talking about, they're stretching the field out. They do a really good job of stretching the field out from left to right. run a lot of sweep plays, a lot of plays to the right and to the left. There's not a lot of dives up the middle. We see it every now and then, but it helps to stretch that defense out.
So it brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Wolves. They take it around the right side.
That's going to be a touchdown.
I tell you what, number 5, Peterson takes it in from about 33 yards out. So Dothan gets on the board first on a 33-yard touchdown run by Peterson. So Dothan, they're big on going for 2. Man in motion. Broadway keeps it, and he's going to be stopped shy of the goal line. So Dothan goes ahead 6-0 with 7:09 left in the first. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So Dothan is set to kick off. That's number 17 for Dothan kicking off. And that would be Wesley Farmer. And the ball is taken, and his own man knocks him down shy of the 20. And that was number 4 on the return for Smith Station. And that is Wimberly. So Dothan's looking good so far, and they are a good team this year. They're 3-1. They are 2-1 in conference.
This band came to play, Mitt. You see him over here?
Oh yeah. Quarterback drops back. He goes long, and we're going to have an interference call against Dothan. That pass was intended for Bibbs.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's not a good interference, but I will tell you, if you're going to erase 6 points off the board, I would call that a good interference, because he was beat on the play, and he would have made that play if he wouldn't have interfered.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 33-yard line of Smith Station, the Panthers. 6:54 left in the first. Dothan's up by 6-0. And the run that time by number 17, Barnes, nothing there.
Yeah, great defensive play there. I tell you what, Smith Station wished they would have had that back. It was a little bit of a zone read there, and the quarterback decided that he was going to give it off. If he would have kept it, he would still be running.
So it's a loss of a couple of yards, so it brings up a 2nd and 12. And he moves forward for a couple of yards, back to about the original line of scrimmage.
They went with the same play, Mitt, and the quarterback was like, oh, if there's a hole that big last time, I'll try it again. It wasn't there.
Number 16, DJ Harry was the ball carrier. He was stopped by number 9, Ezekiel.
Herring was the ball carrier. So it brings up a 3rd and 10. And we have a flag.
Flag on the field.
And it's against Smith Station. So it'll be 3rd and about We're going to say 15.
Brings up a 3rd down and 16.
A little screen pass. It's complete. And Dothan intercepts it. Intercepted by Dothan. And that's, let's see.
94.
Let's see who 94 is. Excuse me. 94 is I got Xavier Ibarra. And he'll remember that one.
Yeah, that was big, man. What Smith Station did there was tried to set up a little a screen pass there to the running back, and 94 got there before the running back did.
Broadway keeps it. And he takes it inside the 20.
That was a big hit on Broadway. He's a tough guy, though. He gets smacked around in there when he's running the ball.
He's tough, though.
He is very tough.
He's definitely added a new wrinkle to this Dothan offense this year.
That's right, exactly. They're able to run with the quarterback as well as the running back, which makes that Smith Station defense have to stay honest.
Peterson in the backfield with Broadway. Broadway was a good basketball player. He's just a 10th grader. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that was just a little low mid. If he would have hit him right in stride, he would have been in for the touchdown. Those are some tough passes to those slant passes.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Okay, so now it's a 3rd and 2. This is 4-down territory, so you better believe if they don't get it, they'll go for it. Peterson up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown Wolves.
From 18 yards out. So Dothan converts the turnover into points. Tamarian Peterson.
Tell you what, this has got to be the coolest light show in Dothan whenever the Wolves come in town.
So Peterson scores from 18 yards out. Extra point up, and it's good. The kicker for Dothan is Farmer, and he puts that one right through. So Dothan goes up 13-0 with 4:39 left in the first. Hey, Dothan goes ahead by a score of 13-0 over Smith Station. Dothan converted a turnover into points. The ball goes taken on about the 2-yard line and brought out to about the 22, so a return of 20. So Smith Station will be starting at about the 21-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 from the 21. It's been an uphill battle for Smith Station so far tonight. Quarterback keeps it, and he's hit, and he's driven back.
Yeah, Smith Station hasn't been able to get anything going on the offensive side of the ball, but that is giving credit to the Wolves defense. They've come out tonight, and they have not given up much yardage at all.
That was a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Well, there's a flag. There was a lot of movement in the backfield.
Yeah, they got a little nervous there.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is. Okay. It's against Smith Station, so we backed them up 5 yards. So.
And Smith Station on offense has kind of been kicking themselves a little bit. They've finally got a little bit of yardage off of a interference call last drive, but then continued to have some false start penalties and kind of kicking themselves.
And nothing there. He may have picked up a yard or two. So it will be a third down, third and about 13 or 14.
Third down and 13.
Officially, they're going to say it's 3rd and 13. He drops back, pass, and incomplete. He was trying to hit number 4, Aubrey Wimberly.
Number 16.
So it's going to be 4th down.
Number 16, AJ.
Back deep for Dothan is number 2, Corbett, and number 10, Barnes. Both of them are capable of busting it wide open. Punt. And they decide to let it roll, and the ball falls dead at the 43-yard line. So Dothan will be starting on their own 43-yard line. Really good starting field position.
Yeah, and they've had great starting field position all night. Really, Smith Station's kind of been backed up. Dothan's been a really good job of keeping them pinned up back there.
First and 10 for the Wolves. They hand it off. And across midfield. And the first down is A.J. Alexander. He's a freshman.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of him in the next couple of years. And let me tell you, he's a tough runner. Even though he's a freshman, he can get in there and ground and pound.
So brings up a first and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Panthers. The Wolves are moving again. 2:37 left in the first quarter of play. It's been all Dothan. Dothan takes the ball, and they keep going, and that is Peterson, number 5.
Yeah, Peterson took some Panthers with him, going at least 6 or 7 yards with Panthers on his back. Strong run.
Number 22, Alex Rook.
So it's going to be a first down for the Wolves. Ball at the about the 27-yard line. Broadway drops back. Whoa, and the ref just got taken out, but Broadway takes it to the end zone.
Touchdown, Wolves!
From 27 yards out, and the ref was taken out on that one.
Yeah, I thought that was Broadway at first, but I saw Broadway going through there. And basically what happened there is Smith Station decided to play man. And Broadway, very smart, saw that all of the Smith Station defenders had their back to him. So he said, hey, y'all going to give me a lane to the end zone? I'm going to take it.
Wow, so every time Dothan's had the ball, they have scored a touchdown. They're up 19-7 1:45 left in the opening period. Dothan decide they're going to kick it. They're going to go for the extra point. Farmer's back. Up. And the extra point is good. So Dothan goes up 20-0, 1:45 left in the first quarter, and the Wolves are on the move. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. We're set to kick off. It's Dothan scored for the third time. They've had the ball 3 times, and they have scored 3 times. The ball taken on the 1-yard line and returned to about the 20. And that was Wimberly on the return.
Yeah, this game right here has gone pretty much Dothan's way. Anything that they want to do, they're doing on the defensive side and the offensive side of the ball.
Yes, and this is a region game, so it's very important that they win and control the flow of things. So it brings up a 1st and 10, just shy of the 20-yard line. And across the 20 to about the 22.
Yeah, great tackle that time by number 0 there. He was able to get him before he went outside. He probably would have picked up at least 10 or 15 more yards if he had got out there.
That's Anthony Brooks, number 0 for the Wolves. Nothing there. It's hard slaying tonight for the Panthers.
It is. That defensive front for the Wolves are doing a great job up front. One thing to think about, one thing to look at is that the Dothan Wolves are pressing up because they're doing a lot of running. And so right here, a Smith Station play action pass is something to look for.
So it brings up a 3rd and about 6. And we're down to 40 seconds. They have to get this play off before the end of the quarter. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and he moves the power forward for a couple of yards. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, a 4th and about 4.
If I'm Smith Station here, I'm running it down and hoping for a better second quarter. It's looking like they may be going for it, though, Mitt. That's a really risky decision where they are on the football field.
Well, every time Dothan's touched the ball, they've scored. But I think they're going to decide they're going to – okay, the quarter ends. So we've come to the end of one, and the score is the Dothan Wolves 20, the Smith Station Panthers nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter of action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Thank you for helping Scenic Sports Network reach 100,000 views on our YouTube channel. Watching your favorite high school teams, football and basketball games from the past 20 years. How can you help our YouTube channel grow? Subscribe, it's free. Just go to YouTube and search for Scenic Sports Network and click on the subscribe and notification button. The more subscribers, the more content. Subscribe now. The Scenic Sports Network, thanks you. 100,000 times.
Hello and welcome back to Ripview Stadium as we are set to start the second quarter play. And it's 4th down. And
what is going on?
Well, they were trying, I guess they was trying to draw Dothan offside
and
get a first
That
down.
looked like a train wreck.
Yep, it was.
I'm surprised they didn't get a penalty there.
Boy, that punt.
Uh-oh. Dothan just messed up. Oh,
but they
mind.
pick it up. And number 4.
Wow.
Walker takes it to the house.
Wow, man. I don't know if I've seen something so crazy in my life. First it starts with a train wreck, and then it ends with a train wreck, and now the Wolves have 6 more points on the board.
Wow, that was from about 42 yards out. Wow. Smith Station punt, and Dothan recovers the the fumble.
I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see what this ref says here, because if he called if he called a fair catch, man, he cannot return it. Now, granted, if Dothan touched the ball, then the ball is live.
They did touch the ball.
I know Dothan touched it, but who touched it first is the question.
I think Smith Station touched it first, and then Dothan touched it.
So I don't think that is a play that is live.
Well, I'm not sure.
All right.
They are moving. The ball is on the 2-yard line, so it looks like it's
the 2-yard line. And how is it? So
that would be extra point.
There's one thing about high school, and it's that there is no instant replay.
Right.
I believe if we had instant replay, this one would take some time on the TV to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of discussion going on, but I believe that it's Dothan's ball. Smith Station touched the ball first, then it hit a Dothan man, and Dothan wound up recovering the ball.
So it was kind of a funky punt. It went about 25, 30 yards. That's why we were kind of laughing, because it really wasn't that great of a punt. But sometimes when you punt a ball that short, you never know what your players are doing when they're running down the field. And I think that's a little bit what happened. A lineman may have touched the ball after the Smith Station guy kind of ran up to try to down the ball. We're going to see here what the refs come up with, but I'm not. I want to say that it's supposed to be a dead ball at that moment, but hey, I'm not a ref.
That's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Yeah, because Smith Station touched the ball, and they touched it, and then Dothan man, the ball hit a Dothan player, I believe, and then Dothan was able to recover it after it hit 2 or 3 people. So
that's one of those plays you don't see very often, Mitt, and it looks like it is going to be ruled a touchdown, but at the end, after the Wolves went in for the touchdown, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That's what the ref is talking about, and I believe the coach is telling those refs what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be a dead ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have a rule book up here, and I'm not a rules expert either. Hey, we don't have the luxury that ESPN and
that's
CBS,
right.
NBC, and Fox have on sports.
And it looks like even though the coach is kind of persuading them, it looks like that they have come up with their answer.
Okay, so we're getting ready for the extra point attempt.
And technically that was the second punt return for a touchdown in this game. One got called back by a holding penalty.
Dothan goes for the 2-point conversion, and it's good.
It is 28-0 Wolves.
Yeah. So they'll take it on the 10-yard line. Out across the 25, across the 30 to about the 32. A good return that time for Smith Station.
Well, Mitt, if you're Smith Station, what do you do here?
You just keep playing. You keep playing and just try to slow Dothan down. Try to get some first downs and control the clock a little better. Right now, they're going 3 and out, or turning the ball over. So they've got to do a better job of maintaining possession and just try to slow the pace of the game down. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Hand it off, and he goes up to about the 34.
Yeah, man, I would have to say that they may want to check their game plan here. I don't think running against this Dothan Wolves front, defensive front is the answer.
That was a gain of about 2. Dixon is the quarterback, number 12. He takes the snap. Quick out, and it's complete. Over to number 5, Caleb King. Cameron Cooper.
Now,
So-
if I'm not wrong, that is their first down that they've gained on their own tonight.
You're exactly right. So Smith Station has first down in the best field position of the night. Up the middle for about 3 or 4 is Brooks. So they're doing what we said they needed to do, kind of slow this game down a little bit. So it's a second and about 7. Quick, a slant, and it's complete. Across the 45 down to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to give them another first down. And I really thought that on this drive they really needed to be able to soften this Wolf defense with a couple of throws, and they've been able to do that in this drive.
This was by far their best-looking drive of the game. That was number 3, Brooks. He takes it down. It should be enough for another first down for the Panthers.
And if you can see here, Smith Station wants to go fast. Every time they get a first down, you can see they want to get back on the ball and kind of run a hurry-up offense.
But that time, Dothan was ready, but he still moved forward for about 3 or 4.
Yeah, and one of the things that's different about this drive for Smith Station is they haven't had a couple of penalties to kind of back them up. They've been able to stay out of trouble here.
So it's a second and about 6. And nothing there. He may have picked up a yard or 2. So it brings up a 3rd and 5. Third and 5. And incomplete. Atan Dixon is trying to hit his receiver.
Yeah, and I expect him to go for it here. They're down 28-0. They got to get something going, so I expect them to go for it on 3rd and 4 or 4th and 4.
This is definitely their best field position of the game.
And best drive.
4th and 5 for the Panthers. Quarterback keeps it, and he's met with a brick wall. That was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, not sure about that play call there. I mean, he was doing a good job of getting the ball out pretty quick to a couple of slant plays, a couple of curl routes, things of that nature, and then ultimately it's a bend don't break defense there for the Wolves there to keep them out of the end zone or to score any points.
So they'll turn it over on downs.
Ball is on the 26-yard line.
So Dothan will be starting on their own 26. First and 10. Brought away is the quarterback for the Wolves. He fakes a handoff to Peterson. And he finds an open receiver that's completed over to Jalen Corbett for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Broadway there, just doing a good job of being poised. Rolled out to the right there and found his receiver.
So it's a first down at the 41-yard line. This drive started on the Dothan 26. 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first half. It's been all Dothan. And they hand the ball off to Alexander, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and he drags a couple of defenders with him down to about the 45-yard line. It's enough for another Dothan first down.
Yeah, good hard run there by the Wolves. A little kind of sweep reverse play that the Wolves run quite often, actually.
And that's A.J. Alexander. He's a freshman. So he's got a few more years left. He's been doing a really good job this year for the Wolves. 28-0, 7:48 left in the first half. This game has been moving pretty fast. We have a timeout. Dothan calls timeout. So with 7:37 left in the first half, Dothan leads the Panthers of Smith Station 28-0. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. The ball is on the Panther 45-yard line. Quick out and incomplete. That was intended for Corbett. But it falls short. So it brings up a 2nd and 10. And Peterson keeps it, and he spins across the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38.
Yeah, one good thing I like about these Wolves running backs are they fall forward.
And that's a good thing.
Looks like we got a hurt player on the field, Mitt.
Official timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field with 7:18 left in the first half. Dothan 28, Smith Station nothing. We had an injured player for Smith Station, and we hope and pray that he's okay. They carried him off on a stretcher. We're not sure what happened. So it's Dothan's ball, 3rd and 2 from the 37-yard line of Smith Station. Broadway drops back. He goes deep. He's got a man open. Touchdown. Complete over to Jaden Corbett.
Are they going to say complete or incomplete? Because the ball hit the ground.
Did it?
But did he have possession of it, and it is a fumble? That's going to be the question.
Flag on the field.
And there's a flag.
Yeah, so.
This one may be coming back
Yeah,
anyway.
I think it is. Yeah, there's a flag over on the other side of the field at the 40-yard line.
I know that ref is breathing a sigh of relief over there, so he doesn't have to make the call.
Yeah, that call is against Dothan.
And so that's 2 big holding calls that we've seen on Dothan tonight. One negating a punt return for probably, 60-something yards for a touchdown. And then now we just saw this negate a pass of at least 50 yards.
It was from the 42-yard line.
Okay.
From the 42-yard line. Yeah.
And so that negated a touchdown as well.
So now it's a 3rd and 12 from the 48-yard line. 47. So it was a 10-yard penalty. Broadway keeps it, and he's tough, but he ran into a couple of tougher guys there.
Yeah, but he still didn't go down.
Hey, I'm telling you what. I tell you, Dothan offensively this year, they are a lot less predictable than they were last year. But last year, you knew what they was going to do, but you still couldn't stop them. And
right.
The weakness was in that passing game. But now they have a quarterback that can pass the ball accurately and get it downfield, and he also is a run threat. So they have really come on strong this year, and I'm hoping that they can move, just really go all the way this year. I would love to see that.
That would be great.
Hand off to
Man, what a move.
Alexander, and he picks up a first down. He's out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, made a move right there on the outside to get to the corner and turned it up. Got a couple of yards after that nice move.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Dothan is ranked number 7 in the state. And for the first time in, I think they said 20 years, Hoover's unranked.
Wow. That is something that I have not heard in a while.
Yes. Quick out. And it's complete over to number 10, Barnes. And he picks up probably about 9. So it will be 2nd and 1. Brought away. He drops back. He's looking. He's got all day. He's being pursued. But he decides to take off. He gets the first down and more. Down to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've talked about how tough Broadway has been tonight, but if I'm those Wolf coaches being up 28-0, I don't know if I want to let my quarterback get hit that hard.
Yeah. So
you're tough until you're not tough anymore.
Yeah. So it's a 1st and goal from the 9. And we're down to 4:55 left in the first half, and Dothan leads it 28-0. It's been all Dothan tonight, and it's been a tough ride. And Dothan fumbles, he picks the ball up, and he spins away, and that was number 1, A.J. Alexander. Drops the ball, but he didn't panic. He picked it up and was able to make something positive out of it.
Yeah, that's that Cinderella sweep that I called earlier. Just the quarterback just kind of spins around. I don't know if I'm a quarterback. If I want to do that Cinderella move, I feel like I'd be discombobulated. But sometimes it works for the Wolves.
So it's a 2nd and goal from the 8. Peterson keeps it, and he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. So Peterson with a 8-yard TD run. Peterson, we talked about him a lot last year, and he has picked up where he left off last year.
I was looking to see, man, I do see a flag down in the end zone. I thought I saw one get thrown there. This is most likely going to be a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or a personal foul, like roughing, unnecessary roughness. I think there was some pushing going on there in the end zone, but I believe this is going to stand as a touchdown.
Right, I saw one of the officials talking to Dothan's coach.
Oh.
They ejected somebody.
They did eject somebody. That's usually what that means when they put the thumb out and says goodbye. But if you see there, he kind of did the little finger on the other side, so that means that's going to be on the kickoff and not on this extra point. But I haven't seen anybody run off the field yet, so not sure who's ejected. And it looks like they're having a meeting about it right now in the end zone. He's going to tell the coach maybe who it is and what's going on here. They're writing something down in there.
Yes. This has been an interesting first half, to say the least. So it's a
Now it looks like maybe somebody's coming off the field, which looks like maybe the guy that may be ejected here and is number 6.
6, yeah, number 6 for Smith Station. Let's see, that would be, let me get to that. Number 6 is Shuford. So Dothan's, okay, it looked like they may go for 2, but they're going to go for the extra point. Kick up, and it's good. So Dothan goes up 35-0 with 3:51 left in the first half. And we'll still have 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first half. They have scored on every possession. And that one, Dothan, it was a penalty. And so they kicked off from the Smith Station 45-yard line. So Dothan will.
Yeah, but it's safe to say that everything has gone Dothan's way in this game. Dothan has had a couple of penalties that, honestly, it would probably be 50-something to 0 at this point if the penalties weren't an issue. But Dothan has done a great job.
First and 10 for the Panthers. Handoff, misdirection. And I tell you, that was a good run that time by number 3 for Smith Station. That's Brooks. That was a good call.
Yeah, that time Dothan's defense just wasn't in sync. Wasn't over on the corner. Didn't slide. The protection. The defense just didn't slide over to the right like they needed to, and a big gain for Smith Station.
And a handoff again. It goes again to number 3, Brooks, and he picks up maybe a yard.
I think it's pretty obvious, and we talked about this a couple of times, that I don't know if the inside is where Smith Station is going to be able to get the bulk of their yards. It looks like to me that they've been able to do a better job on offense whenever they've gotten to the corners, when they've gotten side to side on offense.
So it brings up a 2nd and 9. And we had somebody to get a little anxious over there on the far side. That was number 1, the wide receiver, and that will back them up 5 yards. So to bring up a 2nd and 14. They're going in the wrong direction. The Panthers are. The ball bounces up. It's completed. That one could have been picked off.
Yeah, it could have. He could have had a pick 6 with all the different things that we've had going on in this game. But just like Smith Station kind of all night tonight, they've gotten a couple of great runs, a couple of good big plays, and then they just keep shooting themselves in the foot with different penalties and driving them back.
So it brings up a 3rd and 12. And the pass is incomplete. So it brings up a 4th down.
I'm honestly surprised here that they're not going to go for it, being down 35-0. I think I would like to see my team go for it, even though they're on the other side of the 50.
4th and 12. And
oh, goodness.
Good hit that time.
Big hit.
That was by, for Dothan, receiving was Corbett.
I'm not sure why he didn't call for a fair catch there, but I think he will next time, Mitt.
He was hit pretty hard there. As soon as he got the ball, he was hit. So Dothan will be starting on there. Let's see, on 35. So Dothan back in. Broadway back in at quarterback. They do rotate quarterbacks sometimes.
Well, the ball
Whoa.
never snapped, Mitt.
Wow, that was a lot of movement there. I tell you, I was telling you about this play last week against Prattville, where Dothan faked a handoff. The quarterback and the running back went one direction, but he had handed the ball off to a lineman, an eligible lineman.
Wow.
And he went probably about 60 yards for a touchdown. Nobody touched him. Everybody else was on the other side of the field.
Goodness.
Boy, that handoff that time. And a big run that time by Peterson. I wonder how many yards he has here in the first half. He's racked up a lot of them.
I would say he's close to 100 if I could say so myself, but I'm not very good at math. So,
So it's a first down ball at the 47-yard line of the Wolves. Broadway. Peterson. No, that's not Peterson. That is Alexander. And he's going to take it to the house. A.J. Alexander.
touchdown Wolves.
52-yard run.
And here come the light show. Lights,
Wow.
camera, action here at Rip Hughes Stadium.
Wow.
Mitt, I'll tell you, it's been a while since I've seen this explosive of an offense on this field.
Well, you know, we talked about how explosive Dothan is. And offensively, they're a lot more versatile this year than they were last year.
Right.
You know, and
That makes a big difference.
so Dothan goes up by a score of 42-0. And we still have about a minute 40 left in the first half. Wow. This has been a really good performance by the Wolves tonight. They've had a little help from Smith Station, but most of it they've done on their own.
Special thank you, our sponsors, First Baptist Dothan, Heritage Baptist, Church at the Crossing, Westgate Church, Fat Baptist, Red and Black Ministries, Ridgecrest Baptist, Stockton Mortgage, Harvest Church, Trinity Missionary Baptist Church, First United Methodist Church, St. James, North Casual Seafood, American Family Restaurant.
So we're set as we get ready for the kickoff.
Our Fed and Fuel program.
Dothan up by a score of 42-0 in the first half.
Set kick number 17, Wesley Farmer.
Smith Station has been in Dothan territory one time tonight, and they were stopped on fourth down. The ball's taken inside the 5, out to about the 25. So it'll be first and 10 for Smith Station, but we have a flag.
Yeah, it's in the air of holding or pushing the back. Looks like it's going to be a holding call.
Yeah. So Smith Station will be backed up inside their own 15-yard line. It's going to be at about the 14-yard line. First and 10. And not much there. A gain of about 1. So it brings up a 2nd and 9 from the 20. Quarterback drops back. He goes long. And it's going to be picked off. Picked off by Dothan.
He made a move.
And he could take this one. A couple of blocks.
Maybe. I don't know about that.
No, he's not.
Oh, my goodness. He's still up.
Wow. That was picked off by
Uh-oh. We got a little scuffle here, Mitt.
That was Dury
Play.
on the interception.
Interception by number 7, Kavion Dury.
Had a little scuffle there at the end of that play. What an amazing interception there for the Wolves. Just looked like that when they were trying to get up, there was just a lot of going on in that little pile there.
That was Kavion Dury. He plays wide receiver and cornerback, and he picked that one off. And at one time, it looked like he could take it to the house, but he returned it, a good return, because it was the ball was intercepted on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to mark this one off. This one's going against Smith Station, so that's 15 more yards, and Dothan's going to get amazing field position on this drive.
Right. I think the players from Smith Station are just frustrated.
Yeah, I would say so.
They are, and they'll let their frustration get the best of them. So we're down to 29 seconds. So Dothan has one timeout left. 2 timeouts left. Yeah, Dothan has 2 timeouts left. This has been a long night for the Panthers, but a great night for the Wolves, and it's homecoming. The weather's perfect tonight, Gavin.
That's right. It is beautiful out here. This is football weather, Mitt.
It is. First and 10. Broadway goes to end zone and almost intercepted. Should have been intercepted.
Yeah, it was actually thrown to the defender instead of the offense that time.
Right. They were not on the same page. The quarterback and the receiver weren't. That ball was intended for Barnes.
Yeah, it didn't look like the coach was too happy about that that play from Broadway.
So it brings up a, a 2nd and 10. We're down to 23 seconds left in the first half. It's been all Wolves. They're leading 42-0. With the victory tonight, the Wolves will move up to 3-1 in region play. Boy, a good defensive play. They've come up with a couple of good defensive plays back to back.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play by Smith Station, but I don't know if you see this here, but with 29 seconds to go, you would expect, the Wolves to just run it here, but getting a little cute on offense, trying to get this last score before the half.
That was Ramsey with the knockdown. 17 seconds left in the half. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Peterson in the backfield with Broadway. And it's complete. And it's enough for a first down. It was complete over to Harris.
Yeah, big hit by number 33 there. Looks like the Wolves are going to call a timeout.
Right. They have 8 seconds left, and the ball is, I think it's at, about the 6-yard line?
Yeah, what do you do here? 8 seconds left, no timeouts. You kick a field goal, Mitt, or you go for the touchdown?
Let's see, 8 seconds, whatever you do, you got to do it quick. It'd probably be go for a field goal because it gives your kicker some more practice.
That's right.
An opportunity that, later in the season they may need him. And so that gives him just a little more experience. So
sure, anytime you can get a game time kick in, it sure doesn't. It's sure not a bad idea.
This has been a big night for the Wolves. 42-0, and we're in the first half. 8 seconds left in the first half, and they have scored on every possession tonight. And so it's a big game for them.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for me right now that I'm impressed with is that the Wolves defense has not allowed one score. That's just hard to do. I don't care who you are and what sport it is, and what if you're 7A, 6A, 5A, 4A, it is hard to do that.
So Dothan's going to go for it. 8 seconds. Waterway rolls out, finds.
Oh man!
Wide open receiver. That was a good play call. That was intended for number 28 for the Wolves, and went right through his hands. That was
it was there,
Johnson.
man. It was there.
It was a good call. 3 seconds left. Man, that would have been a touchdown. I think he started running before he got the ball. That happens quite often.
Yep. He just got really excited about scoring a touchdown and just dropped it.
So Dothan's going for the field goal. This will be a 23-yarder. Up, and
it's good.
It's good. So Dothan puts up 3 more points as the clock runs out for the first half. Dothan leads 45-0 over the Panthers of Smith Station. We'll be back with halftime homecoming activities after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Thank you for helping Scenic Sports Network reach 100,000 views on our YouTube channel. Watching your favorite high school teams, football and basketball games from the past 20 years. How can you help our YouTube channel grow? Subscribe, it's free. Just go to YouTube and search for Scenic Sports Network and click on the subscribe and notification button. The more subscribers, the more content. Subscribe now. The Scenic Sports Network, thanks you. 100,000 times.
Representing 9th grade from Dothan City Virtual School, Ms. Callan Bowman. Callan is the daughter of Chase and Whitney Bowman. She is being escorted by Chase Bowman. Representing 9th grade from Carver 9th Grade Academy, Ms. Kennedy Nicole Williams. Kennedy is the daughter of Kirsten and Jonathan Beveridge and Robert Williams. She is being escorted by her father, Robert Williams Jr. Representing 10th grade from Dothan City Virtual School is Jayla Armstrong. Jayla is the daughter of James Armstrong and Shahida Armstrong. She is being escorted by James Armstrong. Representing 10th grade from Dothan High School Miss Jemiah Brooks. Jemiah is the daughter of Whitney Pugh and Jerry Brooks. She is being escorted by Jerry Brooks. Representing 10th grade from Dothan High School, Mr. Kerry Richardson. Kerry is the son of Kerry Richardson and Essie Richardson. He is being escorted by both Kerry Richardson and Essie Richardson senior. Representing 11th grade from Dothan High School, Miss Trinity Jones. Trinity is the daughter of Henry Jones and Susan Jones. She is being escorted by her father, Jewel Jones. Representing 11th grade from Dothan City Virtual School, Miss Maddie Lipscomb. Maddie is the daughter of Wendy Lipscomb. She is being escorted by her mother, Wendy Lipscomb. Representing 11th grade from Dothan City Virtual School, Mr. Ricky Stevenson Lee III. Ricky is the son of Candy Bird and Joey Bird. He is being escorted by his mother, Candy Bird. Representing 11th grade from Dothan High School, Mr. Jamal Rowell. Jamal is the son of Tiffany Bailey. He is being escorted by his mother, Tiffany Bailey. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Miss Jada Blackman. Jada is the daughter of Felicia Blackman and Tellis Blackman. She is being escorted by Tellis Blackman. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Miss Mingley Bryant. Mingley is the daughter of Natasha Bryant and the granddaughter of Kevin Bryant. She is being escorted tonight by her granddaughter, Kevin Bryant. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Miss Paige Forster. Paige is the daughter of Veronica Forster and Lance Forster. She is being escorted by Lance Forster. Representing 12th grade from Dothan City Virtual School, Miss Kira Hardaway. Kira is the daughter of Bridget Hardaway and Kendrick Flood. She is being escorted by her father, Kendrick Flood. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Mr. Javion Bogan. Javion is the son of Amy Smith Martin. He is being escorted by Amy Smith Martin. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Mr. Chase Dolan. Chase is the son of Lisa and John Dolan. He is being escorted by his mother, Lisa Dolan. Representing 12th grade from Dothan High School, Mr. Keith Stampley III. Keith is the son of Satoria and Dr. Keith Stampley Jr. He is being escorted by his mother, Satoria Stampley. Representing 12th grade from Dothan City Virtual School, Mr. Dylan Taylor. Dylan is the son of Julie Kaufman and Raymond Ramsey. He is being escorted by his mother, Julie Kaufman. We will crown two kings tonight, one representing Dothan City Virtual School and one representing Dothan High School. Here to crown our Dothan City Virtual School king is reigning Dothan City Virtual School queen, Kiesha Porter. Your 2023 Dothan City Virtual School homecoming king is Mr. Dylan Taylor. And now, here to crown our 2023 Dothan High School homecoming king is Dothan High School's reigning homecoming queen, Jamia Scruggs. Your 2023 homecoming king is Mr. Javion Bogan. We will crown two queens this evening. We will crown a queen representing Dothan City Virtual School and one representing Dothan High School. At this time, we will crown our queen from the Dothan City Virtual School. The Dothan City Virtual School's 2022 homecoming queen, Keisha Porter, will be crowning the queen. The 2023 Dothan City Virtual School queen is Kira Hardaway. And now, here to crown our 2023 Dothan High School Queen is Dothan High School's 2022 homecoming queen, Jamia Scruggs. At this time, we will crown the 2023 Dothan High School homecoming queen. Your 2023 DHS queen is Miss Mary Lynn Minnie Lee Brown. Congratulations to all of our kings, queens, and all of the attendants this evening.
Thank you for helping Scenic Sports Network reach 100,000 views on our YouTube channel. Watching your favorite high school teams, football and basketball games from the past 20 years. How can you help our YouTube channel grow? Subscribe, it's free. Just go to YouTube and search for Scenic Sports Network and click on the subscribe and notification button. The more subscribers, the more content. Subscribe now. The Scenic Sports Network, thanks you 100,000 times.
Hello and welcome back as we get set to start the second half of action. Dothan leads Smith Station by a score of 45-0. And boy, I tell you what, that was a good return that time by number 19 for Dothan.
Number 19, Alan Jones is ball carrier, topped by number 7, Dulcie Ramsey. Be first and 10. Ball is on the 44-yard line.
Dothan be starting on their own 44-yard line. And break a tackle, but not much there. So Dothan, second and about 7 from the 47. And nothing there on that run out to the outside was Wright.
Number 25, Kimberly Wright, ball carrier, topped by number 33, Lance Peterson.
So not much there. So it brings up a 3rd and 9. Have some fresh bodies in the game. And the quarterback is number 12, I believe it is. Reverse handoff, and boy, I tell you, this guy, he's going to break it.
He's out.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Touchdown, Dothan. And I didn't get that number. He was going so fast.
Number 27.
Number 27. And that was about 54 yards. Number 27 is Ty Vickers. Vickers is a Ty Vickers. He's a junior running back.
Wow, yeah, he did a really good job of making some moves in the. He had some free space, and he got in the end zone quick.
Yeah, it was about a 60. Let's see, 56-yard run. Wow. Boy, Dothan come right out the second half and picked up where they left off. So it's a 52-0 score.
Well, Mitt, how did we get here?
That's a good question. A good question. It's been all Dothan tonight. They have just come out tonight, and they've just taken control of this game. And Smith Station has helped them some, but it's been Dothan's night. It's a great homecoming. If you want a big win on your homecoming, well, they are really impressing the crowd. And they have played good all year. They've lost one game, and they lost that game by 1 point in double overtime. So that says a lot about the Wolves. Return out to about the 22-yard line.
You're exactly right, Mitt, and we were talking about it a little earlier. They've got some really big tests that they are going to be tested on the road here soon. In the next couple of games they've got is on the road, and they're tough ones. Central, you were talking about. What were some of the other ones you said? Enterprise, at Enterprise.
And they have, I believe, Opelika.
Oh, Opelika, in Opelika, correct?
Yeah. And the last game is, I'll look up their schedule and I'll give you an update.
Well, they're going to be tested on the road, and this is going to be a great confidence booster for them going into those games.
And we have a whistle. I'm not sure what it was. Let's see, I'll check their schedule here. Okay, they go to Baker next week. And then they go to Central and then to Enterprise. So they have 3 road games in a row. And then they'll come back and play their final game here against Opelika. There's not much there. They may have lost a yard. So it brings up a 2nd and 15. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage that time. It's close. So it brings up a 3rd and 15.
Dothan's defense doing a good job coming out here in the second half, stifling that Smith Station offense.
Yes, it's been a long night for the Panthers. It's going to be a long ride home back up to Lee County. And off and up the middle. He picks up a couple yards, get back just past the original line of scrimmage, which was the 22-yard line. So he gets out to about the 23. So Smith Station will have to punt. And it's a punt. And Dothan fumbles the ball and picks it up. That was number 10 for Dothan, Jaden Barnes.
You never know what's going to happen when that ball hits the ground, whether it's going to be a punt return for a touchdown like we saw in the first half, or or something bad.
Yeah, well, last week against Prattville executed they scored a touchdown and then they executed a perfect onside kick and scored again.
Wow.
But Dothan answered with touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. So, Prattville cut the score down to 10 points, I believe, but then Dothan just blew them out from that point on. Dothan starting at their own 27.
If I'm Dothan here, Mitt, I just want to get out of this game with no more injuries to my players. I want to make sure that we are running our offense the way that we need to run it for the rest of the year. Let's, if we need to, let's work on some plays. This is a great time to be working on plays that you may be working on in practice, but need to see how the players do in a game decision.
So it's a 2nd and 5. And they give it to number 27 again. I tell you what. Is it going to be broken?
It's going in.
To the house.
In.
That was from the 32.
Touchdown Wolves.
And that was Ty Vickers again. Vickers has hit 2 big ones.
I mean, he's touched the ball twice in this second half, and he scored on both touches. And I'm telling you, these are not small 1-yard runs. These are 60 to 70-yard runs.
The first one was a 56-yard touchdown, and that one, Dothan Stone on 27. So that was pretty close to 70 yards.
That's one way to pad your stats, Mitt.
Wow, that's a good way to get some more playing time too.
I mean, that's 100. That's 100 yards
on 2 plays. Yeah.
Oh man, that's NCAA numbers, Mitt.
Yes. Wow. Dothan scores again with 5:13 left in the third. So Dothan goes up by a score of 59-0. Wow, Vickers, he's had a big night. 2 runs, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns.
2 touches, 2 touchdowns. Man, I don't even think we saw him in the first half.
And I'm just guesstimating it's probably 116 yards. 120 yards.
I'm just flabbergasted the fact that we saw Peterson. We saw a couple of other running backs, the freshmen. We never saw this guy. And now he comes in the second half, and he's blowing it out of the water.
Yes, he is. Like I said, he's earning him some playing time for sure. And, I mean, he had a long way to go, and he's not a small guy.
Not to mention, you thought that he was going to be stopped before the goal line, and somehow he was able to wiggle himself out and score a touchdown.
Hey, determination.
Yes.
So it's 5:03 left here in the third, and Dothan up 59-0, and we have 5 minutes left in the third. So it's been a long night. Dothan scored with 7:09 left in the first and make it 6-0. They missed a 2-point conversion. But they have scored every time they've had possession of the ball tonight. And a slip that time. And Dothan scored again with 4:39 left in the first to make it 13-0. They scored 1:45 left in the first to make it 20-0. Second quarter, they scored with 11:46 on a punt return fumble for a touchdown, and it made it 28-0. They scored again with 3:51 left to make it 35-0. That was in the second quarter. And Dothan scored again with 1:40 left in the third. on a 52 yard TD run by Alexander to make it 42-0. Then they intercepts the ball on the 25-yard line, and then they scored with 9:21 left in the third on a 56-yard TD run by Vickers, and Vickers comes right back on about a 60-yard TD run with 5:13 left to make it 59-0. So it's a first down, one of the few that the Panthers have made tonight. So it's been a long night. A long night for the Panthers Smith Station. Now, they had a very good band. Their band was excellent.
Yeah, they did a really good job at halftime. That band rocked this wonderful homecoming crowd's face off.
Yes, they did.
Did some really cool stuff. That being a band member myself, I actually have never seen some of the things that they had done.
Yeah. Second and about 4. Handoff, and it should be close to a first down. So Smith Station still trying to make some things happen. And they handed off to number 24, and he's tackled for a loss. Jermaine Brown. Second and 12. And he stays on his feet. That's number 16, A.J. Herring.
I'm surprised he was able to stay in bounds there, got around the corner, and picked up a good bit of yardage. Looks like he did step out.
Yeah, after about a 5-yard gain. So it brings up a 2nd and 5. I mean, a 3rd and 5.
And it looks like that some of the defensive guys, maybe some of the second strings, getting some time in. That's great for the Wolves.
Good experience.
That's right.
A good opportunity to get some experience. And I tell you, number 24 is starting to show his speed. Jermaine Brown, he picks up the first down. One of the few positive things. Well, it's fourth down.
Fourth down and 1, Mitt.
Yeah, he was out of bounds before he crossed the line of game.
Let's see if these Dothan Wolves can stop him here on 4th and 1.
First down.
First down.
Down to about the 43-yard line. One of the players a little slow getting up for Smith Station. But he's back. That's number 77. Nehemiah West.
You're right. Number 24 has kind of found his footing here.
Yeah, he is. He's starting to get warmed up here.
I think that's a little bit of the inexperience on defense, and also maybe some determination from maybe some of the different offensive players that Smith Station has put in. I believe they've kind of gone with their second string as well.
So that's going in the third quarter. So we've come to the end of 3, and the scores are Dothan Wolves 59, Smith Station Panthers nothing. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Thank you for helping Scenic Sports Network reach 100,000 views on our YouTube channel. Watching your favorite high school teams, football and basketball games from the past 20 years. How can you help our YouTube channel grow? Subscribe, it's free. Just go to YouTube and search for Scenic Sports Network and click on the subscribe and notification button. The more subscribers, the more content. Subscribe now. The Scenic Sports Network, thanks you 100,000 times.
As we start the fourth period of action. And
Number 12, Cody Dixon was the ball carrier. He's stopped by number 57.
so it's a 3rd and 1 for Smith Station. And they don't make it.
Yeah, they swallowed him up there. Now it's going to be 4th down and 1 again. Or maybe a couple of them.
Number 16, A.J. Harry.
4th and 3.
4th and, yeah, about 3.
13, Aaron Scott. Makes up a 4th down and 3.
And look like they have it. That was number 16, A.J. Herring.
Yeah, he was able to push the pile that time to get a first down.
Number 16, A.J. Harry was ball carrier. Followed by number 13, Aaron Scott. He picked up yardage for first down, be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. I think this is only the 2nd time Smith Station has crossed midfield on the Wolves. Here and again, we have a flag.
The flag on the
That
play.
looks like it may be holding on the play.
We'll see what the call is. We're down to 10:13 left. But you know, we were talking about the Wolves and how effective they've been this year. They beat Prattville last week. Personal foul
Against Dothan, so that helped Smith Station.
Dothan put up 59 points last week, 59 to 24. Nothing there that time. So just kind of recapping the score. All right, for this year, Dothan put up 59 on Carroll, 42 on Percy Julian. They lost Auburn 28-27, and they put up 59 on Prattville. So 59 seems to be a magic number for Dothan this year.
That's interesting.
3 games, 59 points. Quarterback keeps it and goes forward. He's keeping those legs moving. Took a lot of Wolves to bring him down. Good effort that time.
That's right. I know these Wolves would like to keep these Panthers out of the end zone so they can keep their goose egg on the other side. We'll see if this Dothan defense is able to keep him out of the end zone.
And that's over to number 16 again. A.J. Herring is having a good second half. He's racking up some yards. He's been one of the highlights tonight for the Smith Station team. It's a 4th and 5. We're down to 8.5 minutes left. Field goal attempt up, and it's going to be short.
Well then. That was a very interesting decision there from the Panthers. They obviously were thinking that they were going to get on the board there and not be blanked, as they call it. But the Dothan defense did a good job of standing strong.
So Dothan will be starting at their own 20. And we'll see what they do here. If they put any more points on the board. And the ball is moved out across the 25.
And Mitt, this is a good time to be talking about those players out there that never really get to see the field, because we've got some new guys in. I think we got a new quarterback in.
And some new numbers.
A lot of new numbers, a lot of new faces, a lot of clean jerseys. Look good, though.
A handoff, reverse. Boy, they're not lighting it up. And that was number 86.
86.
For Dothan.
For a second there, I thought that was Vickers, and I was like, he's gone.
That's, Nick Johnson. Number 86. He's a junior. Dothan's a young team, so, you know, they should have a good team the next couple of years. And that's number 87. Boy, he's going. That's number 87 for Dothan is Chase Hawkins.
It's good to see some of these guys that never really get to see playing time. You know, we don't talk about them enough, but they're a big reason why Dothan is as good as they are, because I don't know if you guys at home know this or not, but the people that you're seeing on the field right now, they probably put in the most work because they are the kind of practice team, as they call it. Right. So they're the ones that are playing the varsity squad all the time, getting them better.
And you know what I can say about these guys, they take advantage of the opportunity of getting some play time. Hawkins again, and he moves the power forward for about 5.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing from these guys. They're not looking at the scoreboard. They're just looking at the fact that they can get in there and play the game of football.
Right. So it's a 2nd and 5. Hawkins again. He gets around the edge.
Corner.
Boy, he just throws him down. Hawkins.
He is.
Wow. That was a big run that time by number 87 Hawkins, and he's down. No, that's not Hawkins.
No, that's
one of the Smith.
I can't see that number.
That's one of the Smith Station players. But Hawkins is definitely earning him some more playing time. He's a big fella.
And I'll tell you, Hawkins is hurt on the sideline here. He's with his coach right here. He's kind of doubling down, so I think he got a little injured on that play as well. They're walking him over to the bench.
Yeah.
But big run. I mean, he had a couple of
yes, he had a couple of big runs.
Yeah.
I tell you, he looks tall. I don't have his height or anything like that, but he can move too.
Yeah,
he can move.
I hate to say it, but he got the worst of that hit, though.
Yeah. So we have 4:46 left in the fourth. The score is Dothan 59, Smith Station nothing. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So, an injured player for Smith Station halted time for a moment. Dothan is just, they've emptied the bench tonight, and that's great. Direct snap to number 42, Guilford.
Number 42,
Josh Guilford, and he picks up a couple of yards. Going into the game for the Wolves, number 82, Jeremiah Fate. Also number 12, Jabari Ruffin. Ruffin and Fate in the backfield. And they snap the ball to number 42, and it goes forward for a few yards. That would be Josh Guilford. He's a sophomore.
3rd down and 3.
We're down to 3:28 left in the 4th. 59-0. We'll see if Dothan breaks that scoring mark for this year. They scored 59 in 3 previous games. And if they score on this one, they will break the record for this year. And into the end zone for the touchdown from about 8 yards out. Josh Guilford. So Dothan puts together an 80-yard drive. Topped off with a TD run by Guilford.
Number 42, Josh Guilford.
And that's with 2:53 left. Extra point up, and it's good. So Dothan goes up 66-0.
Wow.
So they broke their record for 59 points, which they had been doing all year. And so we're down to 2 minutes and 53. Any comments on this game? What do you think of the Wolves? You've seen them play a couple of times this year, Gavin, so tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, man, I really think that this Wolves team has a really great opportunity in front of them. With a couple of the games that, like I said, going on the road, it's going to be a big test, but I really liked what I've seen from this offense. I think that they're getting better each game, and I think that's important to think about and to watch as your players go through the season. You don't want to be at your peak at the beginning of the year. You want to be at your peak around now whenever you get tested on the road. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens the next 3 games or so. But I really like what I see from the offense tonight. But really, the defense is what surprised me and impressed me the most.
A good return out to the 40-yard line.
Also, I will tell you this, too. Another thing that impressed me and something that we've seen in the past is there was no silly penalties. I mean, we had a couple of holding calls, but they seemed to be disciplined. There was no, there was maybe one personal foul call, but no unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that I saw. No silly penalties, and so that when you have those and you don't have those penalties like that, that usually creates success.
And a good run that time. Just looking at the schedule, Dothan plays Baker of Mobile next. Baker is 4-0. They're 2-0 in region play. And just checking the teams they played in the schools. They beat Theodore 36-20, 33-17 over Wetumpka. 66-28 over Davidson, and they put up 51 points on Foley. And they'll lead now 26-6 over Daphne. So they're a team that's capable of putting up some points. They put up 51 and 66 in 2 games. Pass is complete, and we're down to 1:17 left. So Dothan's going to have their hands full next week against Baker.
Yeah, Mitt, but if they come out and are aggressive on the defensive side of the ball in Mobile, I think they'll come out with the win. You know, I am a proponent of defense wins championships. And if we obviously know what the offense can do, right? We know that when they get going, it's hard to stop them. But it's about what the defense can hold that the other team. It's about that, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, and they have done well. And on the back end, Dothan's a lot better than they were last year. You know, with the defensive backs and safeties and all. So they're much better this year than last year. And on the offensive side, they're more flexible. They have more things they can do well. And so I see, you know, they really had a chance to beat Auburn. You know, it took 2 overtimes and 1 point.
That's right.
They went for 2. And so this team is probably one of the better Dothan teams I've seen in a long time. Now they have a tough road schedule ahead of them, and that's the end of the game. Dothan wins it 6-6 to nothing. That is a big game tonight for the Wolves. And I'll give you a quick recap of the scoring. Dothan scored with 7:09 left in the first on a 32-yard run by Peterson to make it 6-0. They went for the 2-point conversion and was unsuccessful. They had an interception, and then Dothan scored with a 4:39 left in the first on a 18-yard TD run by Peterson. So Peterson got his work done early. And Dothan scored again with 1:45 left in the first on a Broadway 32-yard TD run to make the score 20-0 Dothan. Second quarter, Dothan scored with 11:46 left in the second on a fumble on the punt, and Dothan gets the ball and 2-point conversion. They return it for a touchdown for a 2-point conversion to make it 28-0. Dothan scored again with 3:51 left in the second on a 8-yard TD run by Peterson. So Peterson had 3 touchdowns in the first half. The next score came with 1:40 left in the half on a 52-yard run by Alexander to make it 42-0 at halftime. Now, let's see. Third quarter, Dothan scored with 9:21 left on a 56-yard TD run by Vickers, and then Vickers comes right back and scores on a 60-plus yard run to make it 59-0. And Dothan scored his last score with 2:53 left on an 8-yard TD run by Gifford to make the final score 66-0. So it was a big night for the Wolves, a great homecoming. Great homecoming. So any closing comments?
Yeah, what a great night it was tonight, Mitt. Beautiful weather, just football weather. And the Dothan Wolves came out here, and, I mean, from the jump, you just knew that they smelled blood. And they came out here, and they did their job, got the win, a big win. Like I said, if anything, this is a confidence booster going into them going to Mobile, and I wish them the best of luck going on to hopefully we'll see them in the playoffs.
We hope so, and I feel pretty good about them. They got 3 tough games ahead of them, but the way they're playing, they've been very consistent this year. They haven't been making all the mistakes that they have in the past, and they haven't been turning the ball over. No turnovers tonight, and they capitalized on a couple of turnovers. So Dothan, I think they're headed in the right direction, and I was talking to Jerry Coleman earlier, and he said they are a young team. So
wow.
that's a positive thing, that they are a young team.
That's right.
So we have something to look forward to.
That's right. You would think with a young team you would be in a real rebuilding process, which says a lot about this football team. Seeing that, trusting the process that these Dothan coaches have put into place, and looking forward to the rest of the future of these Wolves.
All right, good. So that's the final score is the Dothan Wolves 66, Smith Station Panthers nothing. On behalf of my good buddy Gavin Thomas, this is Mick Kirkland saying good night and thanks for watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Your #1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.